Hey Capricorn, we are going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys, Capricorn. All right, so this is a love relationship spread, so let's see what goes on here, Capricorn. Capricorn, Capricorn. All right. Oh, the Two of Pentacles is here. That's a Capricorn card, so all right. Okay, let's see what's going on. Maybe you think something is unfair. Hold on, let's see what's going on. Capricorn. The Five of Wands is at the bottom. So, all right. Sorry, I'm trying not to be like, you must love music. Sorry, I don't know. All right, so ready? We're not going to start there. We're going to start here. So for the foundation of your relationship here, you guys have the Knight of Swords. Maybe you guys both really like to talk, or you both, I almost want to say maybe you're both like, you love going down like friggin' rabbit holes, man. Okay, that kind of stuff, that might be it. I wonder if this is like you love conspiracy theories and like maybe you both like bonded over that. That already sounds awesome. So if that's the case, I love that. All right. I will also say maybe you were both kind of running from something, all right? That kind of stuff, all right? Kind of like, you know, they say, you know, like twin flames, they say like the runner and the chaser. What? The runner and the chaser. Sorry, I'm like, they're both running. Okay, but you know what I'm saying, right? So that's okay. So there might be something about that, okay? Maybe you were both like, I don't know, like not out looking for something or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. But I really do understand this thing about you guys, maybe even like having like the same goal and being like, I'm not taking no for an answer. Like that's just what it is, that kind of stuff. Okay. So, oh, that's cute. All right. So let's see. And I do think there is something about like you guys maybe, like maybe like striking up a conversation and it just like didn't end, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. So all right, let's see. You guys have the Six of Cups, and this is showing up as your perspective of the relationship here. So I feel like there's like a lot of, I want to say like shared history, and I also think that there's something about like maybe you're seeing this as like maybe a level of like we've done this before, and this is like our second time around or something about that. Okay, that kind of stuff. Maybe you're seeing this as a past life connection in some sense. I wonder if that is quite true. All right, I think so. I do think so. Okay, it's like I've known this person from like a different lifetime or something about that. Or maybe this is like, you know what, we were together for a bit, took a separation, whatever it is, and maybe it's like now we're coming back together, that kind of stuff. All right, so for your intentions, you guys have the Ten of Wands here. So all right, I feel like your intentions are to go all the way with something. All right, I don't think this is really you guys giving up on something. It's more so like, I want to say doing like the responsible thing, or you know, going through with something, you know, that kind of stuff. I don't think this is you guys being like, well, I'm all done, I'm out of here, that kind of thing. All right, that's what I'm feeling. If anything, there might be something here where maybe you're feeling like your partner or whatever's going on, you might be feeling like they're putting like more responsibilities on you in some aspect. Okay, if that's the case, then maybe this is maybe you're kind of like coming to terms with that or wanting to explain that in some sense. Okay, that kind of stuff. But I also do understand, it's like, I don't know, there's something here that you're like, you know what, I don't want to leave this time, or this time I'm going to see how this goes until the end. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, that's kind of what I'm understanding here. So all right, for their perspective of the relationship, you guys have the Ace of Pentacles. So I think that maybe they're seeing this as like, this has potential, there's a good amount of potential here, that kind of stuff. Okay, and I feel like this is possibly them just viewing this as like, okay, well, this is something that is like going to take work, we've got to like nurture this, that kind of stuff. But I do think that it's like, this is worth it. Okay, and I also think that this is maybe somebody who's like, I see this working now, and again, like for a very long time, you know, that kind of thing. So this is actually awesome. You have the Queen of Pentacles here, and this is showing up for their intention. So they are intending to stay, nurture the connection, that kind of stuff. Okay, like helping a connection thrive, helping the relationship grow together, that kind of stuff. Maybe even like helping you. Maybe this is somebody who's like, hey, I'm really good about like, I don't know, helping out with like, I want to say like chores or hanging up, helping out with like the ins and outs of like literally just like running. I don't, maybe you guys like, you know, have kids together, whatever the heck it is. It's like running like a household or something about that, okay? Or taking on like just as much responsibility as like you are. There's, you know what I'm saying? There's something like that here. I really feel like this is somebody who like wants like they want you to feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? They want you to feel comfortable. And I also think that this is somebody who probably like enjoys taking care of other people. You know, they might just have that heart. It's like, I like taking care of other people. I like, you know, that kind of stuff, like nurturing in some capacity. Okay. They might even like be like very like mothering, you know, that type of thing. All right. So let's see, you guys have the Ten of Swords. This is showing up for what brings you guys together. So I do think that there's maybe something that like you're really good at like healing after something here. Okay. That kind of stuff. Or this is like breathing like new life back into the relationship, especially if this is something about like, oh, you know, we took a break and now we're back together, that kind of stuff. Okay. That could certainly be it. I also think there's something about you guys maybe seeing like a blessing in disguise, or seeing how something maybe is like, that's a blessing in disguise. Okay. That kind of situation. There's something there that's like you bond over that. Okay. That type of thing. Okay, so you guys have the Seven of Wands, and this is showing up for what's pulling you apart. So, okay, all right, so maybe there's just like, maybe there's like a certain button or a certain something that it's like, okay, that's the thing that I don't want you to like cross. Maybe like either you or like your partner here maybe tends to kind of like do like, you know, say the one thing that it's like, dude, that's my line. You know, I don't want to be like messed in that way, that kind of stuff. That could possibly be something here. And I also think that there maybe is like something about like being maybe someone's in their ego, or is kind of like, you know, defensive in some way about something here. Okay. Or is defending something, you know, that kind of stuff. All right. So, okay. You guys have the Eight of Cups, and this is showing up as like the external influences here. So maybe there's somebody who's like disappointed about something here, and that could be infiltrating, you know, part of your relationship. Okay. Or there could just be like a general sadness about something that is like kind of affecting something right now. It might be this Seven of Wands. Okay. That kind of stuff. I also wonder if it's like you might be feeling like I need more like reassurance. Like I want to be like reassured by this or something like that, or your partner needs that in some sense. Okay, that kind of stuff. All right, so let's see. All right, Capricorn. Maybe this is even like a childhood friend that turned into like a relationship. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. All right. Like a high school sweetheart. But I almost feel like this is earlier than high school. You know, I don't know. So, all right, let's see. All right. I wonder if there is somebody around you who's like overly critical of your relationship, or is like making your relationship their business for a reason that you're like, that's confusing for me to understand. You know, I wonder if that, I think that might be true for somebody. Okay. All right, let's see. So let's see, with the Six of Cups here, you guys have the Five of Swords. Again, this is showing up for like your perspective. So yes, I do think that there's something here that it's like, you're either feeling like you have to explain something. Maybe you're feeling like you have to explain something from your past. Okay. That kind of stuff. Or you might be like seeing this particular relationship, you might be seeing like being like, okay, I recognize that particular, I want to say like argument style, or that like, reaction. There might be something that you're like, I recognize that reaction, or something like that. Okay. That kind of stuff. It might be, again, like reminding you of something in the past. Okay. And I also do think that there is something about like, for some of you guys, I do think that there was like, okay, we were together, then we were separated, and now we're like back together, that kind of stuff. I just feel like you're maybe like, okay, this is maybe it's going to take a little bit of work, or I have to explain something here, that kind of stuff. Okay. Or there is something about like the way that like somebody has reacted to either your relationship, their something like that. You know, that's what I'm feeling. feeling. All right. Okay, so let's see. You guys have the 10 of Wands, and then you have it with the 7 of Swords here. This is showing up for your intentions, okay? So, I mean, all right. This is interesting. For some of you guys, this energy, 10 of Wands, 7 of Swords, it feels like, okay, there's two different storylines. For some of you guys, there's something here where you're like, okay, my intention is to kind of like work through something until I get like the results from it, and then I'm friggin' out, like that, okay, that kind of stuff. And then for others of you, you have the intention of proving to most likely this other person here that you are going to stick through something, and it's like, this isn't too much work. I don't mind doing it, or like, that's fine, that kind of stuff, in order to like show somebody else here, or maybe even show yourself that it's like, this isn't like we can do this, like we like, this is possible, you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff, like we can find like some way out of this, or something about that, okay, that kind of stuff showing up for like your intention. So those are obviously two different messages. You're gonna know which one it like makes more sense for your story. All right, so okay, so for the foundation here, you guys have the Knight of Swords, and then you have it with the King of Pentacles. This feels like somebody who could talk for hours. I'm telling you, talking for hours about something, or it's like, I don't know, or maybe you guys get, maybe you like talking about, I was about to say, maybe you like talking about finances. I mean, I don't know, maybe you like talking about finances, okay, maybe that's something here, all right? Certainly could be, but I also think that this is something that it's like, maybe you just have the same like belief system, or the same like traditions, values, that kind of stuff, okay? Certainly could have something to do with that, all right? Some of you guys, maybe there was like a past relationship where there was like discrepancies, or like whatever it was, like maybe lying, cheating, something regarding that kind of stuff. There might be something that it was like, okay, well, that was brought into the relationship at like the core level, something regarding that, okay? But I also really am understanding this, where it's like the foundation is like, you both love talking about the same thing, or you're both like, I'm not going to take that for face value. Like, I'll spend all the time in the world like to kind of like figure out the truth of this, or you know, something like that. I just feel like this is like, you know, being okay, or being very much okay with really like figuring something out, or like being like really like curious about something, and then being like, no, I'm gonna act on that curiosity, and again, I don't care how long it takes, like that's what we're doing. So all right, I want to say paid by the hour. I don't know that, I'm not sure that, but okay. All right, so you guys have the Ace of Pentacles, and you have it with the Queen of Swords. This is showing up for their perspective on the relationship here. So I do think that this is somebody who's like maybe analytical, or again, their perspective is like, okay, yes, this is worth nurturing, that kind of stuff. But I feel like they're like, I know there's going to be stuff that I'm going to like, there's going to be some stuff that I like instantly recognize, and there's going to be some stuff here that I'm going to like see for the first time. Okay. So it's like this mix of like, there's so much potential here. Where is this going? It's like, I know there's going to be some, just like I said, there's going to be some things that like, maybe you even agree on. Okay. That kind of stuff. And there's maybe some stuff that it's like, you disagree on that. But I think that's where like the cool stuff is. Cause I feel like you guys enjoy like a debate, or I don't know, something about that, okay, or enjoy like going back and forth on something, that kind of stuff, okay, or like having like maybe different perspectives, whatever it is, all right. Very, very cool. So all right, let's see. So you guys have the Queen of Pentacles, and then you have it with the Sun card. It's friggin' awesome. This is showing up as their intentions. For some of you, maybe they want to have a freaking kid with you, okay, that could be as simple as that. Not that that's simple, but like there could be something about that, is like they want to either help you with children, that kind of stuff, or they might even have the intention here with this Six of Cups, you know what I'm saying, showing up for like your perspective here. They might have the intention of having you be comfortable in your own skin, having you be comfortable, like, you know, doing the thing that you are happy doing, or, you know, something about that, okay? I'm telling you, with this whole like past life thing, this, that, the other, I think there is something about maybe you're both healing like a particular part of each other, or whatever it is, or, you know, something like that. But I feel like this is, I feel like this is somebody who wants to, I don't know why I keep wanting to say this is somebody who wants you to put friggin' sunscreen on. Okay. Sorry. I know that is so random, but that like would not stop coming to me. So I was like, all right, I guess we're saying that. I know that's really random, but somebody wants you to put sunscreen on. Okay. I don't know. All right. So I don't know what's up with that, but, I think they want to see you in the best possible light here. Queen of Pentacles and the Sun card. That's what I'm feeling. So, all right, let's see what's up. All right, so you guys have the Ten of Swords, and then you have it with the Five of Wands here. This is showing up as what brings you guys together. So Ten of Swords, Five of Wands, this is like, we'll fight through anything. It's like, even though this is like, there's maybe an ending or something about that, it's like, you're like, I'm willing to... Okay, this Five of Wands sometimes does give me the energy of like that crabs in a bucket type of thing, okay? Where it's like, you know, I'm like reaching, like I want to get to the top, you know, that kind of stuff, okay? That might be something here. Maybe it's like we're going to fight no matter what. And I don't mean fight like, oh, we're going to go toe to toe. No, I mean like fighting over like this, the same thing, or being passionate about something that you both are you care about, that kind of stuff, and like pushing in that direction. That's kind of what I feel like, you know, kind of brings you together here, okay? I also think that there is something where it's like, you know what, pretend something like, it's like, all right, this thing isn't working, or this thing, I don't know, it broke, whatever the heck it is. I think that what brings you together is the energy of being like, yes, but we can try something different. It just because one thing didn't work out, that doesn't mean like, oh, that's what it is, you know? And again, I'm telling you, there's something here about, it's like seeing like a blessing in disguise, or seeing like the beauty in an ending. There's something about that, okay? That kind of stuff that I do feel like is like, you know, bringing you together in some aspect here. All right. All right, so you guys have the Seven of Wands, and then you have it with the Six of Pentacles. This is showing up for what is pulling you apart, okay? So Seven of Wands, Six of Pentacles. I feel like this is, you know, maybe boundaries, or there's certain like lines that were crossed, that kind of stuff, okay? Maybe there was even a question of like intentions, that type of situation. That might be something that is like, okay, that has pulled us apart in some capacity here, okay? Certainly could be. I also wonder if there's something here, it's like you're waiting. Maybe there's a level of like, okay, this needs to be perfect, or it's not worth it if it's not perfect, or, you know, something about that, okay, that kind of stuff. Maybe there's some type of struggle, or you know, again, egos, or having a hard time letting the walls down in some capacity, okay, that kind of stuff. That might be something that's like, you know, pulling you apart in one way or another. So this could also be like really literal. It could be like, yeah, well, we have to spend, like, you know, I spend time here. I want to say two different coasts. Like one person's on the East Coast, one person's on the West Coast, you know, something like that. That, of course, it doesn't have to be like, you know, that exact, that doesn't have to be where you have to live, okay? But, you know, there's something like that. So, all right, let's see. External influences. You guys have the Eight of Cups, and you have it with the Three of Pentacles here. I wonder if there's disappointment in the way something was put together, or it's like somebody is seeing, that's what is going on here. Something was, a plan wasn't fully carried out here, or something did not fit completely the way it was supposed to. It's like something didn't fit the way it was supposed to. I don't know what that is about, but that's showing up as the external factors here, okay? That kind of stuff. Again, you have this Ten of Swords and Five of Wands here showing up for like what brings you guys together. So if there is something where it's like, okay, there's disappointment, and maybe it's like, maybe one person wants to kind of like work on that, or, you know, kind of use like a new plan or a new approach in some sense. I don't know. Maybe there's some difference in that, but I feel like this is more so speaking of like, it's I feel like this is almost a compliment, but it's being put in like your external influences, like walking away and then working on something. So I don't know, but that's showing up like around you. So that's got to be real specific for somebody. Maybe there are just people that you are working with, or are learning from you, or something about that, or like the rule book that you were given. It's like somebody has one set of rules, you have a different set of rules, something about that. And, you know, there could be something about that coming into play. So, all right, Capricorn. All right, so let's get an oracle card for you guys, Capricorn. All right. Capricorn. Ooh, okay, so you guys have number 19. Move your body to move emotions. Well, that's kind of nice. Move your body to move emotions. I mean, you do have a good amount about like, I want to say comfortability, or like physicality, okay? Queen of Pentacles, also this Ace of Pentacles here. Move your body to move emotions. So yeah, I was saying something about like going down like a rabbit hole, that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know, maybe that's like a sense of, I guess it doesn't have to be going down a rabbit hole, but, you know, there is something that it's like, whatever moves you moves them too. Like, I know this says move your body, but like, you know, that I'm not taking that like completely literally. Like for some of you guys, yes, of course, but and that could be like the distance factor that we were kind of talking about. But I more so understand this about like being yourself, like showing up in like the way that you are, that kind of stuff. And I wonder if this is, again, like